Has your veterinarian ever talked to you about heartworm prevention and testing? Prevention such as Heartgard and Iverheart can be seen all over commercials and in veterinary clinics, but does the regular owner really know what heartworm is? The answer is usually no. As a veterinary technician who deals mostly with rescue dogs coming from southern states, I deal with heartworm a lot, and I constantly urge Colorado natives to educate themselves on what heartworm is and its prevention, because good prevention can save your furry best friend's life. Today I'm going to be talking about what heartworm is, its treatment, and its prevention. So let's start out with what heartworm is and its occurrence in Colorado. Heartworm is a parasite transmitted through mosquitoes to dogs. So a mosquito can bite an infected dog, and when they take up that blood, they're also going to be taking up heartworm larvae. Then when the mosquito moves on to a new dog and they bite again, that larvae is going to be injected into the new dog. From there, the larvae is transported through the bloodstream into the heart, where they can develop into full adult worms. Now, adult worms can grow relatively large, up to 14 inches long. From there, they're going to reproduce and fill up the whole entire heart. Once the heart is full of worms, it takes more effort for that heart to pump blood and really function normally. And at that point, when it's overworked too much, the heart is going to fail and the dog will die. Now, is this really an issue in Colorado? Well, mosquitoes are only around a few months of the year, so in general, Colorado isn't really at risk for heartworm. But in the past 10 years, Colorado rescues have been taking dogs from southern states, and this has increased the rate of heartworm. So if we're looking at 2004, the lighter coloring is the least amount of heartworm cases, and Colorado is fairly light. But if you look at 2019, the Front Range, especially in Fort Collins, has gotten much darker. So heartworm is a lot more of an issue now than it was 10 to 15 years ago. Now, once a dog has heartworm, how do we treat it? Heartworm is treated with a solution called Diraban. Now, this is an arsenic-based compound that is going to act to dissolve those worms. The treatment is a 2-day sequence, and this solution is going to be injected on each side of the spine between the L3 and L5 vertebrae in the muscles, the lumbar muscles. Due to the location and pain of the injection, the dog must be sedate for this procedure. Now, the hard part about all of this is the recovery time, which can take anywhere from 3 months to a whole year. And during this whole entire time, the dog must have low energy. Because if the dog's heart rate picks up and they're pumping harder, they could pump large worm debris through valves and arteries, resulting in heart damage, which we really do not want. So in general, the treatment is really hard on the dog and it's really hard on the owner. So now let's talk about prevention. Prevention can be done year-round or just in the summer months in Colorado, and that's dependent on the owner's preference. But regardless, you should be testing your dog every single year. Why? Because prevention is just prevention. It's not a foolproof system. Now, the main brands of prevention are either Heartgard or Iverheart. We use Iverheart at the clinic that I work at, so it's what I know about more, but I know both brands have the same ingredients. The main ingredient is ivermectin. Both brands will act to kill larvae before they can grow up into an adult. So your dog can still be bitten and infected with heartworm, but this prevention is going to kill off the larvae before they can grow up into adults and cause an issue. It's either a pill, like a hard chew, or a soft chew. And you're only going to give it once a month, so it's fairly easy to give. The soft chews have good flavoring, and the dogs usually really like them. So the prevention itself is not that hard to do, and it could really save you from dealing with the whole treatment process. So as you can see, heartworm is a really deadly disease, and it's becoming more of an issue in Colorado. Treatment is hard, it takes a long time to recover, and it's just not an ideal situation. But with proper prevention, you can save your pet and save other pets as well. Heartworm is a scary disease, but it doesn't have to be. Talk to your veterinarian, come up with a good prevention and testing plan so that you can protect your pet as well as the pets around you. Thanks.